Texas Democrats flee to Illinois, the ultimate political stunt. When politics gets personal, it can lead to dramatic moves, like lawmakers fleeing their own state to protect their constituents. That's exactly what happened this week, when dozens of Texas Democrats left their home state in an effort to block a controversial redistricting plan. And here's where things get even more intense. Illinois Governor JB Pritzker has stepped in, promising to shield these lawmakers from potential arrest as tensions escalate. At the heart of this political showdown is a proposed congressional map that critics say heavily favors Republicans. If passed, this redistricting plan could give the GOP up to 5 additional seats in the U.S. House of Representatives before the 2026 midterm elections. Currently, Republicans hold 25 of Texas's 38 congressional seats, and they're already in control of a slim majority in the House, 220 to 212. For Texas Democrats, this isn't just about numbers. It's about fairness and representation for millions of voters, particularly Black and Latino communities, whose voices could be silenced by the new maps. The situation took a dramatic turn over the weekend when Democratic members of the Texas House of Representatives fled the state to prevent a quorum vote on Monday. Without enough lawmakers present, the legislature couldn't proceed with approving the contentious redistricting proposal. But this bold move came at a cost. Republican leaders in Texas didn't take kindly to the defiance. Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued a stern warning, threatening to expel the absent Democrats if they didn't return by Monday afternoon. Meanwhile, Attorney General Ken Paxton condemned their actions, labeling them cowards and calling for their immediate arrest. "We should use every tool at our disposal to hunt down those who think they are above the law," Paxton declared in a fiery statement. Enter Governor JB Pritzker of Illinois, who emerged as an unexpected ally for the Texas Democrats. Speaking during a press conference alongside some of the relocated lawmakers, Pritzker framed their actions as courageous and necessary. They were left with no choice but to leave their home state, block a vote from taking place, and protect their constituents, he said. He pledged full support, including helping them find lodging and meeting spaces while they remain in Illinois. However, there's one thing Pritzker won't cover: the hefty $500 a day fines each lawmaker faces under rules adopted in 2021. To manage these costs, the Texas Democrats have reportedly been fundraising from prominent Democratic donors nationwide. So why does all of this matter? Redistricting isn't just a bureaucratic process. It's a powerful tool. It shapes the future of American democracy. Critics argue that the Texas GOP's proposed map is gerrymandered to dilute the voting power of minority groups, effectively rigging the system against them. Pritzker minced no words in his criticism, stating that the plan would steal 5 congressional seats, silencing millions of voices. He went further, emphasizing that this issue extends beyond Texas. "Let's be clear," he said. "This is not just rigging the system in Texas. It's about rigging the system against the rights of all Americans for years to come." This entire saga began amid pressure from former President Donald Trump, who urged Texas Republicans to redraw the maps to maximize electoral gains. In mid-July, Trump told reporters that a simple redrawing could net the party 5 additional seats in Texas alone, a move he described as straightforward yet impactful. Following this push, Governor Abbott called a special legislative session this summer, adding redistricting to the agenda alongside other matters like flood relief efforts. While many Texas Democrats sought refuge in Illinois, others attended conferences in Boston or met with New York Governor Kathy Hochul in Albany. Jean Wu, chair of the Texas House Democratic Caucus, summed up their mission in a statement: "We're leaving Texas to fight for Texans." He clarified that their departure wasn't an abandonment of duty, but rather a rejection of a system he believes is rigged against the people they represent. But here's the part most people miss. This isn't just about Texas or Illinois. It's about the broader implications for democracy. When one side feels forced to flee their own state to safeguard fair representation, it raises serious questions about how broken the system might be. Is this the kind of political brinkmanship we want to define our era? Or is there a better way forward? As the standoff continues, opinions remain sharply divided. Some view the Democrats' actions as heroic resistance against an unfair system, while others see it as obstructionist behavior, undermining democratic norms. What do you think? Should lawmakers go to such lengths to oppose legislation they believe is unjust? And how should states handle disputes over redistricting in a way that respects both legal processes and voter rights? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Texas political showdown. Democrats flee. Abbott threatens removal. Governor Abbott has issued a stern warning to Texas House Democrats. Return to Austin or face removal from office. This dramatic ultimatum came late Sunday night after over 50 Democratic lawmakers left the state to prevent a quorum, effectively halting legislative proceedings. Their departure is a strategic move to block the GOP's proposed new congressional maps, which could secure 5 additional seats for Republicans in the 2026 midterms, a plan directed by President Donald Trump. In a letter sent to each absent member, Abbott declared, "This truancy ends now." He demanded their return by 3:00 p.m. on Monday, August 4, 2025, threatening legal action to remove them from office if they fail to comply. Abbott referenced a 2021 legal opinion from Attorney General Ken Paxton, suggesting that courts could decide if lawmakers who leave the state to deny quorum have forfeited their positions. Should the court rule in favor of this interpretation, Abbott would be required to call an election to fill the vacated seats. Adding to the tension, Abbott accused the Democrats of potentially committing felonies by fundraising to cover the $500 daily fines imposed for their absence. He warned that soliciting funds to evade these fines might violate bribery laws, implicating both the lawmakers and their donors. In a bold move, Abbott also mentioned plans to extradite any potential out-of-state felons. Illinois Governor JB Pritzker, however, has pledged his support to the Texas Democrats, vowing to protect them while they remain out of state. The Texas House Democratic Caucus responded defiantly with a terse statement, "Come and take it." The controversy centers on the mid-cycle redistricting, which Democrats argue is a racially and politically motivated attack on Black and Hispanic voters. They also criticize it as a distraction from urgent issues like the Hill Country floods that recently claimed 130 lives. The proposed map, set for a House vote on Monday, reconfigures districts in Houston, Dallas, and Austin, favoring Republican gains. Republican lawmakers defend the redistricting, asserting their right to redraw maps for partisan advantage between the decennial census cycles. In other news, the Texas Tribune Festival lineup is expanding. Join us in downtown Austin from November 13 through 15 to see leaders, innovators, and newsmakers, including comedian John Mulaney, Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson, U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar, and more. Get your tickets now. Correction, August 4, 2025, and earlier.